Shalom, sister.
Hey, Shalom. Sister?
Yes, a sister, yeah.
Okay. I can't, my phone's all cracked. I can't really see it, man.
Yeah, shalom, sister. Shalom, Aqua.
Yeah, I got it. All right, Shalom, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites out here once again to bring out the truth to you so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, that you are the seed of Israel, okay, according to the scriptures. Before we get started, we're going to face the east and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, for which you learn this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And we want to say shalom to the whole full elect.
Shalom.
Shalom. It's going to go into a lesson. I got a couple of precepts lined out, and then we'll see what the Spirit gives us. But we're going to start off, you got it, brother? Mm-hmm. Job 21:30. I want it in the New King James, but we're going to read it in the King James first.
Yeah, it says Job chapter 21, verse 30, that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction.
Right. And we're coming upon that day. Okay, we see all the signs that the Lord's been giving us. We see the wars and rumors of wars. You know, we see the earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, one of the biggest signs is what? The men of the Lord, man. The prophets are out here. Okay, it's a sign. Can you grab it real quick, brother? Isaiah 19, and I believe, I want to say around 19 maybe?
Isaiah 19 and 19.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So I can find it real quick, but yeah, it's going into what? The prophets, that's a big sign, okay, showing us and telling us, hey, that we're at the end. Yeah, right there.
This is Isaiah 19 and 19, and it reads, "In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh."
Right, and this is the altar. Okay, but we're out here, bringing out this word, okay, right here in the highways and byways, or wherever, okay, the brothers may be. Okay, whether it be on the highways and hedges, okay, or on the chief place of concourse. Okay, this is the altar.
In the midst of the land of Egypt.
Right, in the midst of the land of Egypt. And right now, okay, this is spiritual Egypt. Okay, according to what? Revelation. Grab it. Yeah, we are spiritual Egypt. Okay? Keep going.
And a pillar at the border thereof to Yahweh.
Right, what's a pillar? Something that stands firm. Something that stands strong. Okay, and you see the men of the Lord standing what? Stiffly for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
Holds up the name, yeah, and that's what a pillar does. A pillar holds up. It's a support. You know what I mean?
Support. Got
Holds
it,
up
brother?
the name.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. It says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city."
Right. And this is that great city, man. This is the great city, Babylon the Great. Okay, and their bodies shall lie dead, meaning what? That our people, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, even those that look like other nations, because we know, according to the scriptures, that Israel's going to come looking like anybody and everybody. Okay, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Grab that real quick, Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. We were scattered to the four corners of the earth. So of course, hey, Jake gonna get it in, right? Jake gonna mingle, okay, with everybody, and that's all the tribes from Judah all the way down to Issachar. Got that real quick? Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 28 and 64, and it reads, "And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people."
Right, and like I said, that's all the tribes. Now we've been scattered through the four corners of the earth. So we're gonna come looking like anybody and everybody. But chiefly, okay, just so you know, as an indicator, yeah, it's so-called Negro, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American.
From one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right. Yeah, so everywhere. There's not one place, okay, where Israelites are not at.
And there thou shalt serve other gods,
Yeah.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Right, going into what all this idol worship, okay, well, especially when you go into these so-called churches. See, our people have become big idolaters, okay, from the very beginning. You see, so we're scattered everywhere. We're going to look like everybody. So go ahead and go back Revelation. Unless you got a precept.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Says,
please.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a couple.
Okay, go ahead. Read out.
Yeah, go with that one. Says, James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, a Mashiach, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greetings. Right?
Got it.
And then go to that which in that great city, right? It says Revelation chapter 17, verse 5, and upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon, the great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right.
Right? And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua HaMashiach. And when I saw her, I wondered greatly, great admiration, right? Which is this place. It has this luster, allure to this place, right? And then we'll skip down to just 18. Go to the point. Revelation chapter 17, verse 18. And the woman which thus saw it is that great city,
right,
which reigneth over the kingdom of men, kingdom of earth,
right,
the kingdoms of the earth. Right. So basically, yeah, just this place that what they got these all these different what's it called, military bases, right, all over the world, right? U.S. embassies everywhere, and they set up, you know, their own thing and go around the world, rape, rob, pillaging different countries for their resources to send it back to their mother, ultimately, which is in England, because it's the bottomless pit. So, and then the rest of it comes to here because this place, it tells you that their desire is as hell, right? Going back into Habakkuk.
Yeah, because they heap it to them all nations.
Heap it to them all nations, and their desire is like hell because they're that's the bottomless pit, and this is the place where you can never get enough.
Right.
You always, it's gimme. Everything is instantaneous. Everything you gotta have in mind. You know, this is like that place where the Lord had that parable of the rich man who said that he'll heap up to himself since he got all his great riches, and he'll break down the barns and build a new one, and then he'll say, you fool.
Right.
The Lord said, you fool, your life is required. That's this place. Though you what the scripture says, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. This is that place right here. Babylon the Great, she's dead while she liveth. Think about it. I go to different places and you drive around and people got one of the big businesses is storage units.
Yeah.
Storage unit places is the biggest thing because people heap up to them all sorts of manner of things, and this is their so-called riches and their luster of the world. The gimme, and now that shit's just in a fucking storage, and then you're paying money. And that thing is doing nothing but collecting dust.
Right. Read that one verse, that last verse one more time.
Right? It says, and the woman which thus saw it.
Right, which is America, Babylon the Great. That's
right.
The woman.
Is that great city.
Right, is that great city. The great city that the brother is reading in Revelation 11 and 8.
Right. It says, which reigneth over the kingdoms of the earth.
Again, it controls everything. In order to fly the plane,
you have to speak English.
You got to have the English language. Okay, and what's the top currency that's used, man?
Oh yeah, the
petrodollar.
The petrodollar, yeah.
Like, you know, it's crumbling, but still,
that's self-sabotage the way it's crumbling. Because if they didn't do that, then it would still be a very top dollar.
Right.
But they have to do that in order to bring in the MOTB, man.
Right. So that's showing you, okay, which people, okay, reigneth over the earth. Okay, it's right there. Okay, if you're just being honest with yourself, hey, that's this place, so-called America.
Con, yeah, this is still in Revelations 18, and this is what this place procures. It says, verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Right.
The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thyine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men.
Right.
And that's what this place is procured, you know what I mean? All of that is here, and that's why the nation, the merchants of the earth will weep when the time of the destruction comes for Babylon.
All the dainties.
Right, right. You know, but every Babylon heaps up unto itself. You know, like with the embassies and everything the brothers was mentioning, even to the point where Babylon sets up puppet governments in your country.
Overthrow
So,
the
right, you
president.
think it's your leaders, but it's somebody they've set up to oppress you. That looks like you.
Right. Going back to Herod, the Herodian dynasty, there's no new thing under the sun.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's kind of like they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Right? This is the same trickery that the devil always pulls. Right? Like he gave you Obama, man. That goes back to the Herodian dynasty, giving you someone who looks black. Right?
Yeah, they keep running the same play over and over.
Yeah.
They keep running the same play over and over.
But if it works,
Yeah, if it
They
works.
broke, don't fix it.
You don't gotta run no
that's
audible.
perfect,
No.
yeah, you don't need to run an audible. You just keep running the same play over and over
I'll
again.
tackle.
Yeah.
Hey,
And,
man.
and keep the people stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If an uneducated populace, or educate them according to what you want them to consider important or
Right.
meaningful, you know?
Right.
America has been a master at that. You know?
Go back to
Yeah,
your
yeah.
11 and get.
Yeah, it says, so I'll start at the top. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and their dead bodies, which are speaking of what the Israelites, right?
Spiritually dead, man.
Yeah, you Israelites, you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, right, of Indian and Negro descent, you're spiritually dead.
That's the neck up, man. Having that Gentile mindset. They still thinking like the world does. Thinking you're a so-called Negro. Thinking you're Mexican, you're Native American, Puerto Rican, so on and so forth. When we're none of those things. Okay, those are just bywords and proverbs that were given to us by the so-called white man.
But not just that, the thinking of Christianity.
Oh, yeah.
You're covered by the blood.
Right.
And now
All that.
you can do whatever amount of wickedness because you're covered by the blood. And then as long as you come back to church on Sunday and put some money in the offering, you're good.
Right.
You know what else is crazy too? You say dead from the neck up.
Well,
But they literally from the neck up to the neck down. Because what? They're suffering from every disease.
Right, yeah.
Their bodies are polluted.
Yep.
They're gout, overweight,
Right.
obesity,
High blood pressure.
high blood pressure. I mean, they suffer from every known illness under the sun. You know what I mean? They're walking dead. Literally.
Right.
You
Especially
know?
what they've just speaking about those all those sexual transmitted diseases now
Right,
that's
right.
out in Texas, where they say Atlanta,
burning a hole through these people.
man.
You know.
It's
And
crazy,
then on top of that, they how many of them ran out and took the juicy juice?
Oh yeah. Don't
You know what I
forget
mean?
that.
So
Can't
that's
forget about that.
really, it's it's dead people walking, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You
that.
know?
Military guy, you probably
Yeah.
got the chip.
You know.
He chipped up military.
Or they kicked him out because he had razor bumps. You know, Trump is getting rid of all of the. Hey, if you can't shave and have that smooth, tight look,
Oh,
on,
the Edomite look? Yeah.
Out, you're out of here.
Which goes back,
You know?
really goes back to the Egyptians,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because they couldn't grow beards.
Right.
And when
Hamites.
yeah.
And that's crazy
I
how
forgot the what's the name of that the Pharaoh that let the Edomites stay. So that goes back to him because he let them stay. But then of course Esau, being Esau, he stayed. But then he looked like, damn, this thing looks like I want to take this.
They took it.
I want to, and he took it over. This looks pretty fucking nice. This look better on me than you.
Yeah.
So
Now, he's the Pharaoh.
yeah, he's the Pharaoh. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Now,
Yeah,
he's the Egyptian.
Hey, they're everybody, but they claim to be everybody, but who they really are, man.
Right.
That's the wicked, the Edomites.
And it was crazy when I watched that video by Elder Malcolm, and the first thing thought went through my mind was Egypt, and what did the Pharaoh say about our people? let's deal with them wisely, lest when someone else comes, they join unto
To our
them
enemies,
and
yeah.
Overthrow 'em,
and
yeah.
now he's, this Pharaoh is doing once again, getting rid of all of the so-called so-called black folks and the brown folks, because they're scared again. They know, you know what I mean?
Something's gonna happen, but they don't know
know,
exactly.
right.
Yeah, they
Right,
don't know.
right.
Well, yeah. That's why the scriptures say we know in part and prophesy in part. We don't know all the way, but we know. Hey, it says Judah should be a terror in Egypt.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I believe that's in
They
it.
did it. We did. You go up there and get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
finish that, and then we'll go up and get that, and then we'll continue on.
It says, yes, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the city,
Right.
in the streets of the great city,
Great city, which
is
already
spiritually,
proved, okay, what that great city is.
right, which
Okay?
is spiritually Sodom
There's the
and
point.
Egypt,
Yep. Spiritually Sodom and Egypt.
where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. Meaning he was X'd out here, so-called America. They took away his purpose. Okay. What color is?
Yeah.
Okay. What his purpose is? Okay. They X'd him out here, man. Instead of giving you the true image, what did they give you? The image of
A leprous,
a leprous, yeah, a leprous devil.
leprous devil.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but that, going back to the point, is this place is spiritually Egypt. Okay, why? Because of the bondage. Okay, the bondage that we're still in captivity under our oppressors. And also Sodom, why? Because of all the nasty people. And
alphabet.
yeah, we don't got to go all in. Instead, you should know.
The alphabet.
You should know why this place is spiritually called Sodom. Okay, but the point is that this is spiritual Egypt. Go back, brother. Isaiah 19. Gonna go out. You got it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
We'll write it again. You used to open that in the King James, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got to read that. Yeah, where you're at, yeah. Start from the top again.
All right. This is Isaiah 19 and 19, and it reads, "In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh
Right.
in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof
Right.
to Yahweh.
On.
And it shall be for a sign and a witness."
Right, a sign and for a witness. So, hey, the prophets being out here, and that's a big indication of where we're at, okay, as far as prophecy is. Because there's always been earthquakes and wars and rumors of wars. All these things have always happened. But right now we're getting ready to come into what? The war is going to end all wars. You see, and the biggest sign is the men being out here, okay, bringing out this truth. Every time, you grab that real quick, brother, was it Ezekiel 28:8? Every time, okay, a nation was getting ready to come down, the Lord sent out what? His men. To what? To prophesy against it. Good morning.
Come. And unto a witness unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts in the land of Egypt.
Right, in the land of Egypt. Again, this is spiritual Egypt.
For they shall cry unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai because of the oppressors,
Right.
and he
Right.
shall...
No, because we just said we're spiritual Egypt, man. The bondage. We're under oppression under the so-called white man. Okay, right now we're in his hands. We were given to his hands.
And he shall send them a Savior and a great one.
And that's Yahweh Shai, man. And that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on Yahweh Shai to come deliver us, okay, from the hands of our oppressors.
And he shall deliver them.
Right. And that's what we're waiting for. Okay, but go ahead and jump up a little bit where it says, and Judah should be a terror unto them. That brother brought it out. Don't go ahead and bring it out. Brother, want to get the point. Yeah, it's 19. It's up a little bit. Let's see. I can tell you exactly where it's at. It should be right above that. Maybe
Yeah,
17.
17.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 19 and 17, and it reads, "And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt."
Right. So
Yeah,
basically,
exactly.
we're coming to that place. Basically, like the brothers breaking down that this is the place of the altar, and this is that sign.
Yeah.
So part of that sign is going to enter into the time that Judah is going to be a terror to this place, man.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
they're definitely afraid. They know something's gonna happen, but they don't know what exactly. Because Judah don't know what the hell it, you know what I'm saying? The whole head is sick. They don't know what's going on. But the Lord said they're gonna be a terror to this place, man.
Right, right.
Because you think you got your drones and your mechanical dogs, and you got all these things. You got your laser weapons that you're displaying, and not knowing that the Lord's gonna make Judah a terror to you, man. All this advanced technology, and you finna get terrorized, bro. The Lord finna use Judah to hang you your ass, man.
Right.
Right?
Right. And then right there it says Judah in the King James. When you read it in the NLT, it says just the mention of Israel,
Right,
okay, is going to bring terror to these
Right.
Egyptians, man. Okay?
Yep.
So that's all the tribes.
I'm going to jump up to 14 and then come
Right, because you
down.
can go to that
Okay.
other verse where it talks about how all the tribes of Judah, right? So a lot of times, but that's why the apostle said you have to qualify, because
Qualify.
sometimes they say in Judah, but it's really talking about all 12 tribes in that case. Yeah.
It says, Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err
Right,
in
yeah.
every work thereof,
Right.
as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Right. And that's why you see it every move, okay, that the
Trump is
Trump
doing.
Trump
Yeah.
administration is doing,
Yeah.
it's just going against them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Backfiring every time.
They can't get out of their own way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they MAGA supported him, and now they MAGA mad.
MAGA's going in between each other. They're fighting each other.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
says,
because they had the thing with Brzezinski. They were over there helping them.
Right.
He backed out of that.
Right.
So then they're upset. But then it made Europe upset. So now France and all these other
They're trying
European
to help,
countries,
yeah.
they're trying to help them. But then now they're pissed off at you. You got everybody, every little thing
Yeah, yeah.
you're trying to do is basically
Backfiring,
It's
man.
backfiring on them.
Right, and what he said, his latest statement was what? That Putin's a madman or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that?
because he said that's another thing. He said Putin, me and Putin always had a good relationship,
Right.
but now I don't understand.
He's
it.
out of his mind.
He's out of his mind. Yeah, he's out of it now. Yeah.
yeah, you got them hooks getting ready to put
Yeah.
in his jaw.
Yeah.
Books, man. Getting ready to do that. Yeah, that's where we're at, man. We're right there on the verge of World War III, man. We're pretty much already in it. Just the missiles ain't flying.
Right. Yeah.
We're pretty much in it.
It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Right. Yeah. You're seeing
Right.
that.
Oh yeah. Going into
Yeah.
the DEI,
Yeah.
the firing of the jobs, the Doge, wiping away all these different jobs, right? And then pretty soon, what the economy in itself is going to collapse.
Yeah,
and they're going to be any job anywhere.
Yeah, they needed to. Because that's what they really want to do so they can bring in what? That mark.
Right.
That's what they want. They want to get that mark of the beast implemented and make it
lean-
mandatory.
You make you lean upon the government.
Make it lean upon them.
And like it says, all causes all.
Right.
Because both small and great. So it's telling you right here, it says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head, so your top exec, or the tail, you're doing sweeping the streets,
Right.
Right.
you know what I mean? Or branch or rush may do. So there's going to be nothing for nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
going
your
to
NBA,
AI.
your NBA players, your
Right,
rappers,
right,
they're gonna
right.
wipe it all out.
Yeah.
Even have you been seeing they've been doing AI songs for rappers,
Yeah.
and it sounds a lot like the rapper,
Yeah.
and then they're making music through the AI. So they're saying, hey, we don't need you no more. We don't even need you rappers no more. We're gonna put all your old songs into an archive, and the AI is just gonna randomly go through a bunch of things and create a thing after your style, and then re-put it out.
Yeah.
And they don't need you no more.
And wait till they start hitting these mega preachers with the AI.
Oh yeah,
At
yeah.
the
'cause-
mega church, it's
Yeah.
all digital.
Right. It'll sound like Creflo. It'll sound like TD.
With a hit of TD.
Yeah.
Like Free Flow, Take Your Dollar.
Joel Osteen.
Right, with the Osteen.
Osteen,
smile.
yeah.
And that Korean dude, what's the Korean, the mega church?
Joseph Prince.
Yeah, Joseph, little
Yeah.
prince on the end of it, sprinkle a little prince,
Yeah.
They get ready to do you people in, man. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto woman.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Scared?
No, it's just and when I read it, just automatically makes you think of the American woman. I don't need no man. Oh yeah.
No,
Now
I'm
you
gonna be afraid.
want to be afraid, man.
Be afraid.
The actual the time is coming, man.
Right.
It says, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
And it's the Lord doing it.
Judgment, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Ultimate disappointment and judgment of a power, man. He's ultimately a father, man. And
Right.
he's angry what you've done to his children. And, you know, as a father, and then one who has all authority, you know how people would say, you know, their brothers use the aspect of a father would spank his own kids, but he
Right.
can't spank the other kids.
Right.
Well, the Most High is outside that. He's gonna spank everybody.
Everybody, man.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
get. Yeah, you get.
It's gonna be like
Everybody's
an
gonna get
Oprah.
spanked.
It's gonna be like Oprah when she, and you get a car and you get
Yeah,
your ass
hey,
whooped.
because
you get
Hey, the scripture says the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Yeah.
Grab that real quick, brother. Daniel 4 and 17.
Right.
Because hey, it's the Lord doing it, man. The Lord's doing all this. All these things got to happen so the Lord will bring in the end. The Lord will bring in the end. Okay, He's reserved the wicked, okay, for the day of destruction. See?
Absolutely.
Good luck, yo.
No, you good, you good.
What do you got?
Daniel 4 and verse 17, and it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand
Right.
by the word of the Holy One.
Right, and the watchers going into what the prophets, man. Again, that's a big sign that they were at the end. The holy ones is what? It's the angels, man. You going?
Yeah, because watchers is another phrase, an old phrase
Right.
of saying prophet, right? So then,
Watchman.
yeah, the watchman,
Yeah.
watch or seers, right? We go back to seers. Go back to seers. The old phrase going back to seers, which are watchers, and that's who we are, right? Lord willing, we're part of that number. And what has to happen is that those people have to be on the scene, because
Yeah.
at one point in time, the seers or the watchers or the prophets was kind of not there, or it seemed like it wasn't there. But what happened? The Lord said, seal it up for the time of the end, back in time of Daniel, right? Daniel 12 said, he said, seal it up, and in the time and the end when knowledge shall increase.
Right.
Now the prophets are out there. Now we're just pulling things, Google, or what some brothers want to, what's that called?
ChatGPT.
Yeah, Chat EPT or GPT,
I think
Chat
that's right.
GPT.
I never used it. I don't know.
I've never used it either, but
ChatGPT, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, Chat GPT. People are going and you're expounding. You're bringing out the thing according to the times that knowledge have increased.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way of proving that we're at this time.
We're at the time. Right. Right. Well, now bring out that Ezekiel 28:8. That's that brother. Well, go to finish that, and that brother bring that up.
Yeah, I'm looking for that conversation with the seers. See, not-
Oh.
that's one of the reasons why the seers
I believe that's-
haven't been on the scene.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, dirty.
Israel has been said repeatedly, hey, don't tell us the right thing, you know? But right. Says, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Right. It's the Most High. He's the one that's ruling in the kingdom of men. So everything that's going on is coming from the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man. All these things gotta happen. They gotta happen before the end comes. Okay? You know, things are bad now. Things are just gonna get worse and worse before they get better, man.
I got one real quick. Okay,
And giveth it to whomsoever he will,
right.
and setteth up over it the bases of men.
Right, and that's why you see the base man in rulership right now. Okay, the scripture says he's viler than the earth. You see? So then this man, he's the lowest of the low. Okay, he was the cave beast. Now he's shaved. He got a suit and tie on, some pointy shoes. Now he's the hunk of the earth.
Yeah, you got,
he's
you got the
somebody.
red bottoms. Yeah, you got the red bottoms, and now he's
He's the hunk of the earth,
Yeah.
and he's in rulership. But it all goes back to what? His blessing. He's in his blessing. But the Lord's getting ready to take him out, man.
And there's the natural state. That's what he's going to go back
look like
to.
yeah, very
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
example.
exactly. Yeah.
Lord Yahweh sends the example.
That's what he's going to return to. You know?
Yeah. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. And he said to me, and now Daniel closed the book and put a seal on it until the end of the world.
Right.
Right.
And we're at the end.
We're at the end, and this proves the time that you see the altar is being prepared.
Right.
Right. The prophets are out here. The seers, the prophets are here. This is the sign of this guy's end, man. World War III is around the corner. The micro C hip is around the corner. Right. Jacob trouble could happen at any time.
Right.
You see these Edomites on Twitter and how much how much racial slurs they're saying on Twitter, right?
Oh, nigga has made its way back.
Right, man. It is
Hey,
crazy,
little kids, adults, you can get it.
Yeah.
right?
Hey, and then people send you money after you do it.
Oh yeah.
Because you had the hey, that's
Man.
great. Yeah.
If I could be a white woman and call a little kid and almost make a half a meal, hey, she made over a half a meal for saying nigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? They said it was
Yeah.
last time they said something. It might be more than that now, but they said $600,000. The lady got
Hey, but it's nothing new.
more than a half a meal.
You remember
for
the
saying,
dude that
man,
killed,
niggas say niggas. They never got.
Can't get it done. You know, but you remember the one that killed Trayvon?
Yeah.
When he got how much they put it? They gave him a shit ton of money.
Right.
You know? So when you do something to Jake, these Americans that tell you, oh, everything's equal, everything's the same. Why are you being racist? They fill the pockets of the motherfuckers that actually do the damn bullshit. They make sure they're taken care of while throwing in your face, look at you're dividing us. Motherfucker, we ain't never been together. How can we be divided? You know? It's gotta be together to be divided.
Yeah. Yeah, all that Constitution, all that bullshit, it was not for us.
No.
That was never set up for
It
us.
never had nothing to do with us. You know? And that's why the Most High is getting on this place, because niggas done got way too comfortable.
Settled on their lease.
Settled on.
Right.
You know? They think they're entitled to what this place offers. They think they're part of that whole free shit. And you're not. You never have been.
Never been free.
Yeah. When they said
You good? You don't have to go through all of that.
Yeah, I like this one.
Like virtual.
Hey, wrap that up. Okay.
Yeah, let me finish this. It says, let me start all over because it says, Daniel chapter 12, verse 4, and he said to me, and now Daniel closed the book and put a seal on it until the end of the world. Meanwhile, many people will waste their efforts trying to understand
Right. Yeah.
what is happening.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on, man. And that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing so many people just lost, man. Well, the scripture says what? Gross darkness to people.
Right.
You know?
Come and sit in the dust, oh virgin daughter. You know?
Yeah.
That confusion.
Yeah, because they're getting ready. This place is getting ready to go down, man. You know, just the brother started off with that scripture. We're gonna go back to it.
Let me finish
Go
this.
ahead and finish that.
Which-
Then
no.
go to Ezekiel 28.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to.
Oh,
Ezekiel
okay,
28,
okay.
but I'm going to go up to 7. We'll start at 7.
Okay.
It says Ezekiel 28 and 7, behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention, man.
Right.
This is something you got to pay attention to. These are basically, these are signs. These are tokens. These are things that you're supposed to be looking out for, right? It says, behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of nations, and they shall draw their sword against the beauty of wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Right? Which you're going into what? We're supposed to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now you forgot who you were.
Right.
They put us in captivity. The brother said we're scattered. Deuteronomy 28:64. We got beaten. Didn't know who we are. You got took it to whatever plantation. Your other significant other got took it from another plantation. You even got Jake's. Like I was listening to Jake today, and they're arguing about them being Native American. Right? Well, and then he's arguing with Dr. Umar about being African. So you got these two Jakes, and then kind of what we said, they're going back and forth, not knowing what's going, not knowing what's happening, right? Saying a bunch of nothing. So, but the guy, at least the guy who was the one who was basically defending being Native, he actually at least brought up how they have dug up artifacts that proves that the natives are Israelites, but he wasn't, even when he brought that up, he wasn't fully convinced in understanding that we're the Israelites too. He said there's some evidence, but he wasn't all the way in, man. The Lord said to be fully persuaded in your mind about this thing. So he brought up some key points compared to Dr. Umar, but then he wasn't fully persuaded in being an Israelite. And yeah, the brightness is what the law is. It says, and they shall defile thy brightness, right? Dealing with the law, statutes, commandments, man. Our understanding.
Yeah, because we're supposed to be a light. Okay.
Light into the world.
To the world, man.
Yeah, and now you're dark. You're dark. Yeah, you're in the black mind. Your mind is black. You're killing each other. Selling drugs.
Hey, brother, get that real quick. Isaiah 16:1.
Right? Selling drugs.
Yeah, we might
Pimping out your women.
Darkness to people. Yeah.
Right? Doing all sorts of manner of wickedness, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Isaiah 16:1.
You know what I'm saying?
16.
So now you're black. That's why the scriptures also talks about what says they don't want to come to the light because their deeds are what? Are dark.
The deeds are evil.
The deeds are evil.
Right. You got it? Go to bring that out, brother. What?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 1. Arise, shine,
Right.
for thy light is come.
The light has come, man, and the light is what is truth, man. It's wisdom, is knowledge. Okay, and it's only for what?
The hopeful elect.
The hopeful elect.
Which will be the elect.
Beginning with the prophets. You going?
And the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, is risen upon thee.
Right. Again, going back to the elect, man. The glory of the Lord visited upon me.
Yeah, the seven seals will be open. So at the end, seal up these books until the end of the world, and we're at the end of the world.
Right. And in Revelation, the 5th chapter, Yahweh Shai opened up the seals, man. They said he was only worthy. They said who was worthy to open up the seals, man? The Lamb that was slain from the foundation of the earth.
Yeah. Can I read that in the I'm going to do one of his numbers.
What they
Get
got
it in the NLT.
Let him finish that.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth,
Right, the darkness should cover the earth. A lot of confusion. You going?
and gross darkness the people.
Right.
But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Right. That's the light that the prophets, are bringing forth, man. Those that have the truth have the light, man. They have the true wisdom. You see, but since gross darkness to people, so many people are confused. Not just Israel, but all the people.
Right? And that glory upon us is causing them to what? Fear. Because now you realize, wait a minute, this ain't just no shuck and jive. This ain't just no Black Panther Party thing.
No.
This ain't just no we shall overcome marching thing.
Right.
This is the real deal.
Yeah.
So now they're afraid.
They're afraid.
Yeah, because Esau understands and knows history. Just because Jacob ignores it and thinks everything begins and ends with these yours, Esau knows how Rome fell. Esau knows how Greek went out. Esau knows how Babylon. Esau has an understanding on how all of these
Egypt,
ended.
yeah.
And
Because
they ended with the word of the Lord coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Giving that warning. Then after that warning came the end result of what the warning was.
Right. And
Destruction.
the Lord always set up men to bring out this warning. There's more, right?
Yeah, of course.
You want to run that back?
Yeah, I just wanted, just the
Real quick,
NLT,
okay.
because it says, hey, they know. Because in the KJV it says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come."
Right.
But in the NLT it says, "Arise, Jerusalem,
Yeah.
for your light shines for all to see."
Right. right.
So they know it's not the whole world. It's not,
No.
you know what I mean, the multitude of nations.
Yeah, the world of
It's
Israel.
Jerusalem.
Right.
It's the world of Israel.
Right. Jerusalem, a people before a place.
It says, "For the glory of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, rises to shine on you."
Ooh, nice.
So it's Jerusalem. It's Israel. It ain't the whole world.
No.
You know? It says, "Darkness as black as night covers all the nations of the earth.
Yeah.
But the glory of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, rises and appears over you."
Right.
Right.
Beginning with the prophets.
Man.
Yeah. Not just like I said. This is the nations, but not just the nations, but 2/3 of our own people, man. 2/3 of our own people that are right here in so-called America, and those that are rebellious, okay, throughout the earth, man. Those Israelites, okay, they're just not gonna get it, man.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's where people are at. They're in a state of what? Of confusion,
Yeah.
right? Because they don't know actually what's going on.
No.
They're
No clue. Clueless.
they're clueless. But the perfect thing is what the brother said. This is the time that you know that this is the end,
This is
because
the
the
end.
prophets are out here, man.
Yeah.
Right? Arise and shine. It says Israel, right? Dealing with Israel being that world, man. That's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Right? Matter of fact, it's gonna. It says, yeah, I'm on 8. It says Ezekiel chapter 28 and 8. It says, "They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thus shall die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas." Right? Sea meaning people, man. Right?
Is that where it says that's Ezekiel 28:8?
Yeah.
Did I call the wrong one? I might have called the wrong one. Let's see. Come on. I wanted the one where it says that
Oh,
prophesied
that's just talking about Esau, right?
against many nations.
Yeah, this is talking about Esau, because it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic has
Oh,
thus
you know what?
increased thy riches.
Hey, where's that at, man? Where it says
Thy heart
I have,
is lifted up because of thy riches. Okay, there it is. Well, that's dealing with
Jeremiah.
them. This is-
Sorry, brother, I called the wrong one.
Okay.
But still, that was good though. Jeremiah 28:8.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Salaki.
Either one, no matter. It's like I called the wrong one.
Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The
Right.
prophets
Yeah, yeah.
that have been before me and have been before thee of old prophesied both against many countries
Right.
and great kingdoms,
Kingdom.
of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. Is not so called America a great country?
Right, right.
Supposed to be. Okay, so the Lord risen up his men to prophesy against this place. What does it say in Ezekiel 35? It says, prophesy against Mount Seir. Hey, because we know, okay, that this place is being ran, okay, by the Edomites, man. The so-called white man is in charge. Okay, he's the one. Well, actually, you know, how about you on the side? But he's given that blessing.
Said
to
it up
Esau.
over it, the basis
The basis
of
of
it.
it. God. Yeah. It's a lot, but I had called the wrong one. But
Yeah,
hey,
but okay, so then that Ezekiel 28
yeah,
and 7 was actually talking about Esau being taken out of power then.
right, which is good because it just
So
goes.
like, I thought it was talking about us, like the Israelites, but that's talking about Ezekiel. So Ezekiel 28 and 7, Salakia, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terror of the nations, the terrible of the nations,
Right.
which is Esau, and that they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, right? Basically saying that there's no more wisdom in Teman, right? The Lord said he's going to take the wisdom from Edom,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
It says in their brightness, was
Right.
going into what the Lucifer.
Right, the Lucifer, yeah, the
Lucifer,
Illuminati, yeah, right.
The
Yeah,
ones that
yeah,
are the banking families, beginning with them.
right. And it says, yeah, and draw swords against thy beauty of thy wisdom and thy and they shall defile thy brightness, right?
Right,
Which is
right.
the Illuminati, right?
Yes.
Right?
Hey,
Slovakia, yeah.
hey, yeah, at least, you know.
Yeah, we brought it
But
out,
still, even though you can apply that to Jake, okay? Because they're
we got brought down at one
they're
time,
that gross darkness, man. You know, right along with the nations.
Yeah, it says, and it says, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thus shall die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas, which meaning people.
Right.
Will thus yet say before him
Right.
that slay thee,
Yeah.
I am a God.
Like, yeah, they have a
God
God complex,
complex.
man. Yeah, they want to be just like the
Yeah.
Most High.
Yeah, go ahead, keep going. Yeah, the so-called white man think he's God, but the Lord's gonna let him find out that he's not a God, man.
Right.
He's just a man, man.
Hey, keep going. It says it,
Yeah,
don't it?
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna say
keep
it.
going.
It says,
Yeah, I thought we were on the wrong
but
one.
thus shall be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Right.
hey, I always come to mind Loki and the Hawk. You know what I mean? I'm a god. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, when the Most High gets the pile driving your ass,
Yeah.
you know, puny God. Hey, he gonna remove you from that understanding.
Right.
That's one of the best scenes Hollywood ever produced, boy. Snatched him up. They did the same thing to Thor. You know?
Yeah, because Thor's supposed to be a god, or at least half. a god or whatever.
Yeah. They were both still supposedly, you know. And then he, you know, hey.
That's lucky. I thought, you know, but it's still, man, it all makes sense, though. It all makes sense, even if you apply some of it towards Jake, because, hey, Jake is in gross darkness,
Oh,
just like the
without a doubt.
nations, just like the nations. Okay, idol worship. Okay, going after, especially when it comes here to world America, who are they worshiping? So-called white Jesus, man,
Right.
And the woman.
and the woman.
Jake is, oh
Right.
my goodness.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah. So basically what you said, you can
Yeah.
apply it to Jake too, because that,
Oh, yeah.
that astonishment of heart, right? Your mind is not equipped to understand what's really going on. The psyops that Esau's pulling on you.
Yeah.
Right? We're here to tell you that you're the Israelites. He's gonna keep pushing. Even when you bring up your Bible, they still show you pictures of Cesare Borgia. After we've already we murdered that thing.
Made
We
it
pulled
crystal
that
clear.
We made it crystal clear. We have pulled down no strong, but you got some Jakes that, you know, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Then they try to tell you there was no such thing as slavery. Then they try to tell you.
Yeah.
Then they got Jakes arguing. So then they finally pushed somebody and said some truth, but not all the truth. That some of us was the Indians. There were dark colored Indians that looked like black people. And so they pushed some truths and they put some things out there, but then didn't give the full truth. So now you got Jakes arguing about whether we came from Africa or we were originally here. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of confusion, which we specify that. That's why we say the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man.
Well, you know, Jake always ready to argue something anyway. You know what I mean? Jake can't never, hey, that's why Jake was always the one going at the prophet. Because Jake always felt like he knows something more than what he's being told.
Hey, get that, brother, real quick. Ezekiel, I believe the 2nd chapter says this is the rebellious house.
Right. Yeah, because they were even doing it against Yahweh Shai.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know,
They were saying little wise cracks towards Yahweh Shai when he was preaching.
you know, when you
Right.
look at the
Sorry, a
grand,
good spot, brother.
yeah, you know, from the blood of righteous Abel to
That-
Zechariah, which
A to Z.
flew between the altar and the temple.
Let me finish this.
Okay,
real quick. It says Deuteronomy 28 and 29, and thus shall grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in the darkness. Right? Going back into that. It says, and thus shall thou shalt not prosper in thy way, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Right.
and every man shall save thee. No man shall save thee. Right? Going back into Deuteronomy 28:68. No one's coming to redeem you but Yahweh Shai, man. So we're in a downtrodden situation, blind, and all these different things. But the truth has come, the prophets has come, and a lot of you still rather stick into your foolishness, your darkness,
Right.
your gross darkness.
That his prophet is you know.
Right.
Start at 3, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3.
Yep.
It's Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
Right. I send these to the children of Israel, not to the nations, not to all the other people that were scattered amongst. Okay, no, he said I send you to Israel. Okay, the Israelites. You going?
Yes. To a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me.
Right. Yeah, and that's our people, man, all day long, from the very beginning, from the wilderness now to this wilderness that we're in. You go.
They and their fathers have transgressed against
And
me,
their fathers
and their
going all the way
fathers.
back. Yeah.
Right.
even unto this very day.
Right.
Even unto this very day. Yeah.
So
There you go. Witness.
Beautiful. Yes.
What's your nationality?
Me, I'm a mutt. So
Well, that's what Esau told you.
But I'm
There's no such thing.
What's
your father?
I'm an Israelite.
What's your father? What's your father?
He's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, there you go. Told you.
Yes.
And the Lord, there you go.
Yes,
the Lord
we're
will
brothers.
give an example.
Yes, this is facts. What you guys are saying is facts. It's facts.
Right?
You from the
Facts.
tribe
Ephraim.
Yes, sir. It's facts.
Yeah, but
We
they're
are-
bugged
we
out.
control
See?
the world.
And
Love
the
your
Lord is
brothers.
showing
God bless.
he's saying some
Yeah.
things, but yeah, there's an example. The Lord shows an example.
I mean,
he goes
yeah,
by
yeah,
as a Jake,
Yeah,
and then he just
they
wild.
have but not according to knowledge.
Yeah.
They you know.
Well, he don't even
has
got even
an
according.
idea.
He don't even got the zeal.
They have that. Yeah.
He don't even got a zeal,
He has
bro.
the form of it though, because he knows that what he's hearing is correct. He knows it's right.
Yeah, but he's doing
But
it.
that
He's doing it in
desire to
folly, though.
come- Yeah,
He's doing it in
you know,
folly. That's
he
why
doesn't have the desire to,
Yeah, he's doing it in folly. Yeah, he did some
breathing it in. He
silly.
was bringing it all in. I mean, I understood what he was doing, and it's
Yeah, it's
and
folly,
that
though.
goes back to what Yahweh Shai said, because it is not for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he recognized it, because the 5,000 that the Most High, that Yahweh Shai fed, they knew. But what did the disciples say? Why you speak to them in parables? So he understood, but he doesn't. He does, but he doesn't. He knows that this is something
Right,
that
yeah.
he's a part of.
That's why they were just
But-
follow. That's why the Lord
Right.
says about you're just following me for the food and not for the
Food.
For the food.
for the food and not for the miracle and not
true
for
food,
the
the true food,
True
yeah.
food.
Right. He is the bread. He is the, you know what I mean? So they were
Yeah.
following him for the physical food, but the spiritual food they weren't really receiving. And therefore, it had to come to them in a form of which they couldn't receive it anyway.
Right.
Because they couldn't get the parable.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean? They couldn't understand, and even the disciples. So you know, if the disciples had to ask,
Yeah, they had to get the breakdown. They had to
you
get the
know, the
yeah,
rest of it was like, and that's
Yeah.
the same level our people go through
No, so
now.
there's
While
some-
they'll run up and argue and debate you and fuss at you and cuss at you because they can't get it.
Even though he agreed,
Right.
he was still doing it in ignorance.
Right.
You know?
He knew that this was something that was, but he just couldn't quite grasp. You know what I mean? And I can't think of the word, but it's like he was there, but he was, you know, he couldn't quite.
Couldn't take it all in.
Right.
He couldn't eat it all.
Right. You know what I mean? And if he would have stood long enough, he would have just been able to vomit because he couldn't absorb it.
Yeah,
No.
either,
You know?
either vomited or
been
Esau will come and take them away. Like I said, as soon as they start to understand, the devil will come and take
Yeah.
them away. So
Yeah.
something was gonna happen
Right.
to them not get it because it ain't for everybody.
Hey, it just shows you, man, like the brother said last time. And when the Lord brings these examples to show us that He's real, man. Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai is real.
He brought the caveman by
The
while we were
caveman.
talking about the caveman. And that dude looked just like it.
Yeah.
The basis of
Quest, quest for fire.
Right.
Hey, and let that brother finish. Just read through verse 5, brother. I'll be shocked.
Yep. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 4. For they are impudent, impudent children,
Right.
and stiff-hearted.
Stiff-hearted.
Yeah.
Their minds, man, they don't want to change, man.
You don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they don't want to change.
You know what I mean? Don't tell me about that sky, daddy. You know.
Bullshit, bro. Now you can bring that up, brother. It came around full circle. You can bring that out now, Jeremiah 30 and 9. Start at 9. Or wherever, find a good spot.
I do send thee
Right.
unto them, and thou shalt say unto them,
Right.
Thus says the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, verse 5. And they whether, it's like it, and they whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear,
Right.
for they are a rebellious house.
Right. Whether they listen or whether they don't listen. You going?
Yet shalt know that there hath been a prophet among them.
Right. Going back to what the sign that the Lord is showing, man. That the men of the Lord. Okay, this is the indicator, an indication that we're at the end, man. You see, whether they hear or whether they don't, it doesn't matter. The Lord said, "I send them to you." I mean, I send you to them, Salakia.
Yeah.
You know?
I got one. It says 1 Corinthians 1 and 23. But we preach Yahweh Shai crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness.
Right.
Another set of Jews. You know, because that's right there where you Christian. See, Greeks. You know, they're neither Jew nor Greek. Are you a Greek? No. Well,
It ain't for you.
what are you hollering about then?
Right? Then you couldn't put all the nations
Right.
in following
Right.
Greek. You know,
Yeah.
how do you put Africans or
Right.
what we understand as Ham? How do you put Ham under Greek?
Right.
How do you put
You know.
all these under Greek? All the different Chinese. You put the Chinese or Moab under Greek.
Can't be done.
Yeah.
It can't be done.
Right.
You know.
So now because it says Greek, it can save everybody. But then their whole thing is it's still about saving the so-called white man.
And that's why because they think when it says Greek that it was a white nation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, in all actuality, until Alexander took it over, not so much.
It was a Japhet, man.
Yeah, and Rome.
Dark skin.
Yeah.
Ramos and Romulus. You know.
Right. Which a lot of Jake was chilling with them too.
You know,
at that time.
and
Yeah.
Europa was a Japhetic queen, which Europe is named after.
Yeah.
You know, but they, the culture, well, he who steals everyone else's culture.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But unto them which are called both Jews and Greeks, Hamashiach, the power of the Most High Yahweh, and wisdom of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because the foolishness of the power of the Most High Yahweh is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is stronger than men. Not so much. Oh yeah, well basically yeah, because you can take the most insignificant thing in a planet, and the thing that the Lord created is significant. Like you take a fly or maggot is very significant into the planet. Because the maggot eats dead skin, and then eventually it turns into a fly.
Yeah, the worm, the maggot, the worm that dies not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what goes back to
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's a bunch of insignificant things that you think that is significant, and it's wisdom to that. You know what I mean? The ant, the Lord, the scriptures of Proverbs that says, watch the ant, and he will show you because he worketh to put away things for the winter.
Yeah, because what do maggots
Like-
eventually turn into?
Flies, yeah. Yeah. Was it a worm or whatever it is? A caterpillar turns into a butterfly.
Right.
Those are something that you you overlook a bunch of beautiful things. Flowers. The Lord said that the flowers are a more beautiful array than Solomon, right? So you don't think, and then it tells you in the scriptures that the flowers burneth away when the sun comes out, when the summer comes, and then it comes when springs come, they flower again, and then just to get burnt away, and that's just something frivolous. That's something that's supposed to be the weakness of nothing, right?
It really,
the flesh, the body. You understand? The body has its natural healing compound, and then Esau want to tell you that you got to take the yob. You got to get boosted. You got to get boost mobile in order to be okay under a thing when the Lord already through His weakness created a body that though the body is weak, it can die, it gets sick, but the body has its own natural immune system.
And not only that, but he created the herbs, man.
Right.
For natural healing.
Right.
And what are most of our people on these drugs, man?
The pills.
Yeah, with the petroleum base.
Yeah.
You know, through the Rockefellers, they got everything over on petroleum based stuff. They got rid of all of the natural stuff.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, when you were explaining the flies, how insignificant yet ultra significant that fly is because he contributes to the creation of the cycle. Right. You know what I mean?
Jesus said, what, be ignorant, not of any matter, whether it be small or great.
Right. And everything that the Most High created
For a purpose.
is for a purpose.
Even the damn roaches.
Man,
Right.
Yeah.
They got their purpose.
They're trash. They man. You know, the pig. There's a purpose for it. The crab, shrimp, crab, lobster. They all have a purpose.
Filter the water,
Filtration.
man. But
right.
instead, what do?
You know, they're a delicacy.
They're a delicacy, man.
You know, garbage,
Damn.
dumpsters, living dumpsters.
$200 thing to eat shit is $200 on your plate.
Right. Oh, it costs money to eat dumpsters.
They eat
dude.
that shrimp. It's always the vein. No, that's
Calamari,
shit, man.
you know, squid, all kinds of just vile, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what these people love, and they caught Jake, you know. Shit, try it, you'll like it. Jake, run for it. You know?
Okay, yeah. Well, hey, let me see. It says, we keep going. It says 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26. For ye see your calling. See, and that's ultimately what we're here for, man.
Right.
We're to see our calling. And the brother always like going into it. Hey, what is our calling? To fear the Lord and keep all His commandments. That's your calling, ultimately, right? It says, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
Right, that's why you don't see NBA players, rappers. They're not out here bringing out this truth, man. Why? Because they were not called, man. But what this brother always brings it out. They have their what's it?
Consolation?
The consolation.
In this life, man. They receive the consolation.
And if they do F around, they F around and find out. If they say something, hey, you got your consolation.
Right.
So,
Well, that's why I shut them up.
Right.
Okay,
Shut
well,
your ass up.
I
Take all your
was just gonna say that
You know
because
what I mean?
the brothers just outlisted the other brothers.
Humiliation.
They were bringing that out. How they humiliated Nick Cannon,
Yeah.
made him
Oh.
apologize on
Right.
his TV show,
On
his show.
Right.
Right.
They take it.
Which tells you
You
what?
know?
That it's not his show.
Yeah.
You know, violated every man. Hey, and the list goes on and on, man. You know?
Kanye mess.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie,
Yeah.
Kanye mess.
What's the basketball player
Kyrie.
that used to be out here?
Oh no. You talking about
Stoudemire.
Stoudemire. He went from being an Israelite to
Israeli.
an Israeli. How the fuck you go backwards, dude? And he's proud of that. He's proud like
Yeah, he wears the little black
Yes.
suit and
Right,
everything.
right.
Yeah.
Little head,
Yarmulkes
little
and
nickel
stuff.
thing on his
Yeah,
head.
the yarmulke.
You know, dumb as hell, man. Our people are sodded. You know, when the scripture does not lie, man.
Yeah,
You have
in
to
order
be
for you to
truly
do that,
sodded.
you got to basically beg Esau,
Right.
to be, to wear the little black suit and the thing,
Right.
to say, and they have to
You're
kind of
one of
let
them.
you in. Yeah,
That's
to
it.
Yeah.
You
That's crazy.
literally denounce being an Israelite to be an Israeli. Dumb as hell, man. You're stupid. And he's proud. Like, hey, this is why Jay came up with that black and proud slogan. You know? Dumb as man. Box of rock.
I'm good.
I got this Isaiah 30.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they go back. We got King James.
I'm gonna get this in the NLT because the NLT is just hidden. It says, I'll start at 8, Isaiah 30 and 8, and it reads, "Now go and write down these words. Write them in a book. They will stand until the end of time."
Going into what? The Bible, the scriptures, man.
John, as a witness that these people are stubborn rebels who refuse to pay attention to Yahweh's instructions. They tell the seers, stop seeing visions.
Yeah.
They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies.
Right. You got it.
You know? And then this is, hey, from the time of coming out of Egypt, you know, all the way until now, man, our people are on the same page. They don't want to be told the truth. They don't want to hear you can't do that. They don't want to hear stop. They don't want to hear the man is in charge. They don't want to hear none of that. If it goes against what they want to do, they're going to fight it and resist it.
No, if it goes
To
against
their own detriment.
if it go against their daddy, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, that's what they
Yeah,
want to do.
well, yeah.
Right.
But even before he came in, there was a reason why we went into Babylon. There was a reason why we were
Because we were following the nations.
Right.
Yeah, we were following
So
the other nations.
It's
So
not
regardless.
all Esau. Esau
No.
is just the final catalyst.
No, just that's
You
just
know
where,
what I mean?
where we're at right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now. But even in the wilderness, you know what? Our people, hey, we are the
But it was the
cucumbers
heathen.
and the leaves.
Even then, it was the
You know?
it was the heathen
Yeah,
that buzzed
yeah.
Israel up,
So they caused
and
them
then
to sin.
it caused them to sin.
You
That's
know?
why they had to destroy. But it's always what I'm saying. It's
But they're
always
always
the
all
heathen.
too ready to get to it, though.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the
Yeah.
problem.
Yes,
Our
the
people
Lord
are always
wants
all too
Right.
ready.
The large will
You know what I
cause
mean?
them to sin.
They
Yeah.
never thinking about putting up a resistance to the bullshit.
No.
It's
No, they
right
fall
away.
right into the trap,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, I'm with it. You know, our people are some of the best followers. Because you got to be a follower
Well, you gotta
in order to,
understand.
you know what I mean, to do these with these other nations.
Because that's the thing, it's been since the beginning. If you think about when Eve starting with Eve, that's what that was. The serpent was another nation. It wasn't an actual
No.
snake.
It
It was
wasn't
another
the damn
man,
apple.
and that man was from another nation, and she listened to another nation following their customs and brought it to Adam, and he followed that custom,
Right.
and therefore they failed, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't eat a fruit and then all of a sudden you become knowledgeable.
Right.
It's talking about a doctrine, a certain way of living life, and that's been Israel's problem, is always following the other nations.
Right,
All
right.
the way from the beginning. We've always ended up following the other nations instead of following our own power. The Lord basically in that time of Eve, we were already gods.
Yeah.
So what? Why did he trick you and say, he just know God, he just know if you know good and evil, you'll be a God like him. We were already gods. We didn't need nothing else.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like you said, we're creatures subject to vanity, right? Yeah, you know exactly where I'm from. Yeah, the creature was subject to vanity, and we had to go through this.
And why-
And ultimately, that was the truth, because now we have to learn wickedness to understand righteousness, and then that's how we're going to be true rulers of the world, man.
And the scriptures tells you that the Most High had the end before the beginning. He knew the end at the beginning. So in order for his plan to come to fruition, we had to go. If we would have never went off, then none of this would have taken place. All of the rest, and that's mercy too. Because in us going off, the other nations were given their portion
The opportunity
of
to rulership. Yeah,
right. Because when we get back
That's
on
fair.
point, you other nations, you never get it again. You in perpetual servitude
And
and
taxes.
subjugation.
Taxes,
Yeah,
yeah, taxes.
you know. Every time you die and come back,
Yeah.
you come back under the rulership, under a righteous
Yeah,
rulership.
yeah. I
though.
meditate that. I meditate on that sometimes because I think about that sometimes because you can't say that the Most High is unrighteous
No.
when He allowed you to rule in your time. So Esau, you have your time to rule. You're ruling now,
Right.
but your rulership is about to be out of here, right? And now when we rule and we rule forever, you can't say that the Most High is unrighteous.
You can't say he wasn't fair.
You
Yeah.
enjoyed the
Fair.
first
It's more
earth
than fair.
age.
Right.
The entire first earth age.
Because that's what
Yeah.
the scripture what
Yeah.
it says.
Enjoy.
The ones that were not to drink of the
Of the
wine
cup
have
that
assuredly
you're
drunken.
And
Right?
art thou he who shall not,
Should not drink of it?
You shall surely
Where's
drink.
my foot?
Yeah, get that.
That's Jeremiah 49 and 11, I believe.
Yeah, oh, 12. Well, I can start. Yeah, it says Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children,
That's gonna go right with.
I will preserve them alive. Right? And that's for slavery, right? So we will preserve the elite alive for slavery, right? Because you are your forefathers. You are the children of your forefathers. And you are your forefathers through the reincarnation, regeneration, right? And let thy widows trust in us. So your women are going to be concubines unto Israel, man.
Yeah, you know what?
Right?
I want to say that's not talking about
It says-
Israel, but
No,
that could be wrong.
No, this is talking about Esau, right?
Well, in 12 is, but I think it jumps.
No.
Because it goes from
No, it's Esau.
right 10, and then it says
No, that's Israel.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying
It should be Esau. So it's going into, yeah, it's going into.
well, keep going.
Yes, it's talking about, yeah. Let thy widows trust in me. It says, for thus saith Yahweh Bashem Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and are thus he that shall, or thou, art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Good.
Right? Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, you're gonna. What it says there's no loopholes to getting out of you're going into slavery.
Gray
Right?
area.
There's no gray area. Yeah, that like we were saying, it's been a flaw to Israel from the beginning, but at the same time, the creature was subject to vanity, man.
Right.
It was all things that had to happen anyway, right? So you're not going to escape being, we're the apple of the Most High's eye,
Right.
right?
Right.
All this has to happen, right? And that's really just to show the power of the Lord, right? Because if you think about it, the Lord from the beginning, the Lord had those nations, and then He picked a nation, which will be the sons of God, right? Right, the sons of men, sons of the wicked, and the sons of God. So He had His particular people. Then you had Noah, his 3 sons. He picked Shem out of it, but then out of the line of Shem, it went down the line. He picked Arphaxad, picked Eber. That line went into all the way to Jesse to David, all the way to Solomon, all the way to Yahushua. And then there's always, even with that, there's a lineage within the lineage, right? There's an elect within the elect, showing that the Lord that how He's got, like, through all those, that, you know how, like, the different mixing, He's showing you, I still know where that seed's at. You know what I mean? What's that? It's one scripture that says something about that. About how if you're like an island away, if you're like the Lord will know where you're at. Like
I got a quick precept while you look for that.
And then after that, go grab Ecclesiastes 17 and 17 after
is Psalm 75 and 8, and it reads, "For in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he pours out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them." And we know that Esau is the border of wickedness. Esau is the true wicked of the earth.
Yeah.
And all you other nations that have taken part in the destruction of Israel, that have come together in that tumult, that made a great noise to bring Israel out of existence.
Right.
You're all going to take part in drinking the dregs of the cup that you put in our mouth, that we had to drink. You're all going to take part in that. No one is going to bypass that cup. You're going to drink down those dregs. You're going to take all of the misery that we had to deal with, and your life is going to be miserable. Your ways is going to be made miserable.
Yeah, I got it right here. So Jeremiah 23 and 24. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 24. Can any hide himself in secret places, that I shall not see him? Saith Yahweh, Wahasham Yahweh Shai, Wahasham Rakah Kodash. Do not I fill heavens and the earth, saith Yahweh, Wahasham Yahweh Shai. So there's no place you can hide, or there's no place that anyone can be that the Lord does not even know who his people are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He know what lineage is this and who's this people, and that's why there's an elect within the elect, right? Israel is the elect, but the Lord's only dealing with the God of Israel of
the Israel of God.
the Israel of God, right? Which is the elect. It's like that.
This is Ecclesiasticus 17, beginning at verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth,
Right.
he set a ruler over every people.
Right.
But Israel is Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai's portion.
See,
Right,
so,
there you go.
yeah, so of all the nations, the Lord chose one people to himself. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Whom, being his firstborn,
Right.
he nourished with discipline,
Right.
and giving him the light of his love, doth not forsake him.
Right. He nourishes with discipline. That's why we had to go through all the captivity. And that's why we had to go, through the things that we've been through. Okay, as a people, as a nation.
Therefore, all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways.
See? So that's why he said that he knows where all his people are at, man. He knows where his seed is, the seed of Israel. Okay, he knows where they've been scattered to. He knows exactly who's who, where they're at.
And in that day, that's when them angels will be, they'll already know. All right, and them, leaving
Right.
them, them. That guy can zap them.
Well, it says the eyes of the Lord are what? In every place.
10,000 times.
Well, you have to grab Proverbs 15 and 3 real quick, Papa Shah. And then grab that lamentation. You read 21 in the King James. Can you go back and forth? You don't have it in a blue letter?
Like, you literally, I got it.
It's the 20? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Keep going.
It says, verse 20, none of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him. Like you were saying.
Yeah.
But all their sins are before Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. But Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, being gracious and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them.
Ooh, that's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
That was it, right?
Yeah,
It's Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. The eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai
Yeah, which are the angels.
are in every place.
See, they're in every place. There's nowhere where, well, not just the nations, Esau, but our people. Hey, he knows where they're at, man. Right. And he knows their works. Okay, there's nothing that could be hid from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man.
Beholding
Yeah.
the evil and the good.
Right. The evil and the good. Yeah. Man. Perfect. Go ahead and grab that, brother. Lamentations.
21.
Yeah, was it 21 and 22 or 20 and 21? I forget.
Yeah, I can read both of them.
Yeah, I know, but which one is it? Is it 20 and 21 or 21 and 22?
21 and 22.
Okay, if you could grab 21 in the King James, and then grab 22 in the NLT. Bubble.
This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Right, rejoice and be glad. You know, so right now, the Edomites live it up, man. Yeah, you're in your blessing. Go ahead and live it up. You want?
That dwelleth,
You know?
that dwelleth in the land of Uz,
Right, which right now that represents right here in so-called America. Okay, because Uz was
Chief place.
It was a cheap place in Edom.
It's a port. I believe it's a port city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's where of course, a port city is where you get your goods, you can traffic, where so makes it more vibrant, where you can move things, and it's where you get your goods, your food. You set up your navy, your military, your thing. Everything's there. Your food, fishing, a lot of marketing. Yeah, like merchandise and everything is
That's how you trade with the rest of the
World, yeah.
the known world.
right.
yeah, just Google it. So-called America's the number one import nation, okay, in the world, man.
Right.
Free tariff.
Yeah, well.
Free tariff. Post tariff, not looking so good.
Right. But
the cup also shall be passed through unto thee.
Right.
Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked.
Right. They're being exposed, man. Okay, just like as Israel had to drink of that cup, the cup of captivity, the cup of the curses. Okay, now Esau, you're gonna have to drink of that cup. Like the brother brought out, you're gonna have to swallow down them dregs, man. The bottom. Okay, all that nasty stuff that accumulates at the bottom, man.
Bring it out,
You're gonna have to bring it all out. Yeah. Get a spoon and dig it all out.
Matter of fact, yeah, let's get that because it's something that says about to wring it out. It's going to run out.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all the wicked to bring them out. Yeah. Keep going, brother. Yeah.
This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 22
Go back.
in NLT. Oh, beautiful Jerusalem.
Right. Oh, beautiful Jerusalem, man. Even though we've gone through all our captivities, we've done so much wicked works, the Lord said, what? Oh, beautiful Jerusalem. He still sees us as beautiful, man. Like the brother said, we're the apple of his eye. Keep going.
Your punishment will end.
Yeah, our punishment will end, man. We're getting very close, okay, to the Lord taking this devil out of rulership, man. And our punishment of being in captivity, it's about to be over with. You can go.
Thank you.
You can go.
Sure.
Yeah.
You will soon return from exile.
Right, you will soon return from exile. Meaning what? We're going to be taken out of captivity and taken back to our land, man.
America is not our rest.
No.
Soon
But-
to be destroyed utterly.
But Edom,
Yeah.
your punishment is just beginning.
See, Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Okay, not only are you going to have to be destroyed, okay, but you're going to go into captivity. Okay, you're going to have to drink of that cup. And you're going to be the one at the bottom. You're going to go back to your natural state, man. Back to being the cave beast, okay, that you are. Is that it, brother? A little more?
Yeah. Soon your many sins will be exposed.
Right, and that's happening right now. Okay, they're being exposed for all the wickedness, okay, that they push forward throughout the whole earth, man. Not just here in so-called America, but everywhere. They said, what, Babylon has been a cup, a golden cup in my hand, man. So this devil is used to push wickedness throughout everywhere. That's why the nations are all messed up, man.
They're pissed off at this moment.
And pissed off.
They're pissed off at America. That's why these nations are going to shoot missiles on America, man. 200 million missiles is going to hit America real soon, right? Your allies, even your allies are going to hit missiles on this place, man. Right?
You got one?
Good news.
The good news?
Good, good, good. See everybody walking by. Come on.
But this the last verse? Or you
No,
or you original?
just 21.
This 21?
Yeah, just 21.
Okay, get it real quick.
Come. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and 21 in the Good News translation. Laugh on, people of Edom,
Laugh on, yeah.
and Uz, be glad while you can.
Come on, man, don't do that. Just go ahead and let about your day, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
I'll bring it over again.
Yeah, might as well get both of them. You're going to speed them. You're
Come.
starting 21.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Laugh on, people of Edom, and Uz, be glad while you can.
Yeah.
Your disaster is coming too.
The disaster's coming to Yeah, okay, because
Because we had
Yeah,
ours,
yeah.
so yours is coming too.
coming too, man.
I got one to go right along with that.
You too will stagger naked in shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Verse 22. Zion has paid for her sins.
Yeah.
The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will not keep us in exile any longer.
Right.
But Edom, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will punish you. He will expose your guilty acts.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one real quick.
Okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile, right? And that's us, man. We're in exile. The Lord kicked us out of our land, and we're here. We're captives in this place, man. We're slaves in this place. The captive exile hasteth that he may be loosed. Hasteth that he may be loosed. And that's what the Lord said. Hasten the time, right?
Right.
The Lord said, hasten the day. Hasten that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit. Right? And
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
we're in the damn pit,
We're
yeah.
in the pit, man. Nor that his bread should fail, right? Because we're going to come in a time of famine, man.
Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's trouble.
Said what King David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Right, this is right here, so-called America.
Yeah.
But
Again,
there's more, but
I just got a quick one, man. Another one of those cups because, hey, the Most High, hey, it says Yahweh. Matter of fact, it says Psalm 75 in verse 8, and it says, for in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So, hey, like the brother was saying, man, you're going to get a spoon, man. And all of that crap in the bottom of that cup, all of it, man,
you drink the cup and
You're
you don't
gonna-
get even the corners
Yep.
of it.
Wipe it, get your
Wipe
finger in
it
there, get it nice. Yeah.
Scoop it up.
Scoop it up, yeah. And you know that, and the thing is, you
What
only
they say?
getting back what you've given, so you know what you've done to us.
What did the
So
old Jakes used to say? Sop it up with
sop
a
it up with a biscuit, but we ain't giving you a biscuit. You're gonna drink this shit, man, straight up. You know? You're gonna
Yeah.
chew it down. You ain't gotta chew wine, but you're gonna chew it down.
No, the sop. But yeah, you can get a bit, but you get a towel.
Yeah,
You know the
yeah,
towel?
yeah.
You sop and
Get
then
it up,
you
wring
bring
it out,
and
yeah.
you're gonna drink every bit
all
of
of
it.
the drink. All of the heartless shit you put on us, pull yourselves up by your bootstrap. You know what I mean? You two-thirds of a,
You can come through.
you know what I mean? Everything you did to the kingdom, man. You know what I mean? Hanging our people, the northern kingdom, hanging the southern kingdom, all of that, you're gonna drink that shit. You're gonna get it back. Everything that you've done, man. And there's nothing you're gonna get away with.
No.
So that's why the scriptures tell you, live it up. That's why we led with that one. Live it up. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is the end of your time. So get your, hey, max out your, like the brother say, hey, max out your cards, You know what I mean? Go on your best trips, buy your best outfits, live your best life. Because after this, it ain't coming around ever again.
Yeah. They need to wear those nice suits.
Right, right.
I remember early 2000s. It was a phrase that Jake was starting to say. They were saying something about I'm fresh. I'm fresh like I just hopped out of a casket.
Fresh to death.
Yeah. They say I'm fresh like I just hopped out of a casket. So you wear your nice suits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be fresh like you just jumped out of like you're going to court.
Yeah.
Have fun.
You know?
Wear your $1 million, your $1,000, $10,000 suits, and $100,000 loafers
Your
and
watches.
and shit. Have fun.
Like Jake on Easter. You gotta have a fresh outfit, everything gotta be crisp. The ladies got the big hat.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That used to be the
Yeah.
day. They don't do that no more, but
Nah,
yeah, that
they
used to
don't
be the
get down
time.
like they, you know what I mean?
that used to
Hey,
be the
that's the decline of Babylon, though.
Right.
You know?
That used to be the man. That used to be everybody come out dead.
Man.
Everybody drive around at each
Man.
other's house,
Man.
eat, pop
Man.
in, have
Going
a
down.
thing, have a plate, be talking for a little bit. You go to the next person's house.
Going down.
Yeah, man.
You know?
You want more on that, or
Oh, I mean, good.
just go back to Job 21:30? Get that in the.
What?
Let's one finish what you were reading. You put it away. Skip. Hey, brother. What are we as far as time?
It says
Hour and 32.
It says Isaiah chapter 51, verse 15. But Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy power, have divided the seas, whose waves roared. The people, the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts is his name, and I have put my words in the I have put my words in thy mouth, and have covered thee with the shadows of my hand, with the shadow of my hand, that I may plant.
Come on, player. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. You ain't have to go through all of that, brother.
That I might plant
All that
the
money
heavens,
you buy, you won't let come on, brother.
plant the heavens, and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thus are my people, man. And see, and that's ultimately what it is, man. The Lord is about to open up the earth, man.
Right.
Even after the nukes and stuff hit, there's islands and bodies of land that's underneath the ocean. So when this earth gets to shaking and the Lord burns off parts of this, because the Lord, it says the Lord's going to be angry with, it's like the Lord's going to be angry with the seas, the trees, the rivers, and so that's going to be same thing like what happened in Noah's time. The earth got a what's it called, a remodel.
Cleansed.
Yeah, it got cleansed, but it was almost like a remodeling too. Because remember, you had a Pangea,
Yes.
but then when after the Pangea, it was something different. Yeah, it was different. Yeah, you had different continents. So the same thing is gonna happen again. So when missiles are hitting Russia, missiles are hitting China, and of course America's gonna be forget about it.
Yeah.
You know
Where's
what I
that
mean?
lake of
It's
fire
just gonna
gonna
be, yeah.
Where's that lake of
Fire?
fire?
Oh,
gonna
here in
be?
Babylon the Great,
the new-
America.
The new thing with with
Oh,
Genesis.
Genesis,
It's
yeah.
gonna be the King's Highway is gonna be a lake. Still.
Yeah, like, hey, we know that those what you call them are, you got a GPS on it and they can hit particular, but once it blows, it's just on. Well, I'm just only gonna blow up on the King's Highway.
Right,
And I'm just gonna stay within this.
Create a lake of
Fire, yeah.
Not a lake, but a river of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A brook.
A brook
of fire.
Right.
Yeah, fucking a creek. You're gonna call it the creek of fire. No. It's the lake of fire, bro. It's all of Babylon is gonna be on fire. Idiots. God damn.
And we understand, like the brother from Texas
If
was
you
bringing
didn't
out.
know,
There's
idiot.
pitch that's been bubbling up. You got America crisscrossed with great oil pipes and everything else.
Yeah, Yellowstone.
And then you got
Yellowstone.
volcanic. You got
You got the volcanic
kinds of
action
stuff,
that's
yeah.
happening in Alaska.
Yeah,
volcano
yeah.
things that's top in Alaska,
Yeah,
Yellowstone.
It's gonna look like
America
Man,
has
come on,
more
man.
than just one here.
It's gonna look like
Right.
the
Hey, Arizona. There's four
Fault lines.
there's four nuclear plants in Arizona alone.
Yeah, it's gonna look like them old
So when it-
those dinosaur movies.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fight in those
Yeah.
tar pits.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the
Like,
missiles
man,
yeah.
a missile hit Arizona, there's four nuclear plants in Arizona alone.
And
So
I
if the
think
missile
that-
once the missile hit and those nuclear plants
man.
explode themselves, then like you said, there's
all that lava,
gas lines.
all that lava.
There's a
underneath
regular
there.
gas line, and then you got natural gas.
Natural gas, yeah. And you got
Come on, bro.
oil under a lot of these.
Hey,
different
and
places,
the
man.
scriptures, the people gonna be fueled for the fire.
Oh yeah, the people's gonna be fueled for the fire. Come on,
Hey,
forget
like the
about it,
apostle
bro.
says, the great altar, man.
Yeah.
This place is going to become an altar.
Yes.
You know?
Sacrifice.
Well, that's what you just read. You read this is the altar.
Well, this is the altar now, but
Yeah, this is
ultimately
the
America's
America's the altar.
be
Yeah,
the big altar.
That's what I'm saying. You basically
Big
saying
altar.
because that's the prophets coming out. This is the proving that this is the end. This is America is the whole
Putting
entire
them
altar.
stones together.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, getting that,
Yeah, 'cause it-
getting that
it-
sacrificial altar filled.
right, because in this altar we're setting up a righteous sacrifice. Okay, to Yahweh.
Well, that's what you do before you light the actual
Yeah.
thing on fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Because remember the priests they had to clean themselves
Yeah.
Yeah.
before going into the temple, and that's pretty much the same thing we're doing out here, week in week out. We're trying to purify ourselves first, clean ourselves, so that way when the fire come like in Ezekiel, not Ezekiel but Elijah,
Yeah,
and he set up the
basically,
altar. Yeah, he set up the thing and said, hey,
Watered it down.
whoever God makes it come down,
Yeah.
and then it said it licked up the water from.
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
And
that's
the
what's
thing
gonna
is,
happen,
the
man.
stones
It's gonna,
as well, they-
that's what the Lord said. It's gonna lick up the water. So it said the rivers, the waters, the tree. It's gonna
Everything.
lick everything. It's
It's
gonna
like
lick
it's
it
gonna
all
be a
up.
desert. You realize, man, that's that. And then in conjunction with all of that, the Most High gonna be zapping. He gonna
Yeah.
be, man,
His
Yahweh
spirit,
gonna be,
how Shai's spirit's gonna be in those crystals.
man,
His righteous indignation.
man.
Yeah.
So all you
He's
people
gonna
that
make it
think it's just gonna
burn.
be over instantly and you're gonna go on about your day and just get over it, yeah, buddy, no, you're not.
Yeah, so go back, get that Job 21 and 30 in the King James, New King James. I know you read it in the King James, but in the New King James, and then grab that, brother, and then we'll figure it out. How you gonna start in the first precept and go to any one? Hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, it says
Come on,
Job
bro.
chapter 21 verse 30
Good.
in the New King James
Right.
version, for the wicked are reserved
Right,
for the day of doom.
right. The
Reserved.
wicked are reserved for the day of doom, man.
Set aside.
And the day of doom is say when the Lord will bring that destruction upon so-called America and wherever else is allotted. That destruction will take place throughout the earth, man.
What is that day of doom? is about-
Right there.
I was gonna say that day of doom is synonymous with, hey, it's the day of the Lord. What is it to you?
Right.
You know?
Like, grab that.
Yeah, the ICBM, that lake of fire, man.
Yeah, they're fire.
That World War III, it's synonymous with World War III because it's not just going to be America that get hit with the missiles. All these other places are going to get hit with missiles, and it's going to shake up the whole
Yeah.
dynamic of living,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just the overwhelming majority of them are coming here.
Yeah, just the overwhelming majority. But then in World War III, that's when Yahweh Shai is going to cry. It's going to change. Everything's going to be changed. The Lord says it's going to be a day like none other. You're never, listen, you can't fixate or imagine this day because He said it's a day like none other.
Right. 'Cause, you know, it's
You
the-
can prep.
Yeah,
You
they're-
can do all what you ain't never seen this day before.
Yeah, what are you gonna do when the earth is going to and fro? It's gonna rock back and forth, man.
You ain't even gonna want to be on this planet
Hey,
in that day.
It's gonna cause what? Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tidal waves. Okay, all those so-called natural disasters
Yeah.
are gonna be going on throughout the earth, man. What are you gonna do? I mean, yeah, it's gonna be bad here, but imagine the people around the earth. They're gonna get all that aftermath, man.
Because you figure if
The
it
soot,
hits here,
the soot, sometimes when it comes down,
yeah,
come like that, they be
Yeah.
breathing in certain things.
because an earthquake here will push the water
You're
and
gonna win it.
create a wave.
You're gonna winter,
Yeah, but it'll also create a wave that builds and builds and builds as it crosses the ocean till
Right.
a land on there gets hit with 100-foot wall tsunami or greater. You know what I mean? That slant when the earth gets hit, or the, you know what I mean, and that boom, and then that water, it start out like that.
Yeah,
But
keep growing.
as it moves, that water grows and grows, and then it'll be hot. You know what I mean? From the nuclear, hey, it's gonna be bad all the way around, man. These nations are gonna feel it. They're gonna feel it. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom
Right.
shall be the end of this time.
Right, the end of this age, man. The end of Esau's rulership, man. The wicked are reserved, okay, for the day of doom, man. You going?
And the beginning of the immortality
Right.
for to come.
Right, and that's going into what? Those that are going to be delivered are going to get their new bodies, man. Okay, no more death. You see? The day should be changed. That's what? A twinkle of an eye, man. It's the new bodies. You going?
Transformed.
Wherein corruption is past.
Right.
Intemperance is at an end.
Right, intemperance going to what? Restraint, man. Hey, these people they don't have no restraint. They do whatever they want to do, man.
No governor on this shit. And it's wide open.
It's intemperance going to come to an end because the Lord's going to put an end to it, man. You going?
Infidelity is cut off.
Right, infidelity, but that's being unfaithful. Yeah, being unfaithful, man. No, man, that's going to be cut off, man, because, hey, everybody going to know when all these things go down that it was Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai, okay, that did it.
Yeah, that's gonna be us not looking towards another nation for any goddamn thing.
No.
So that's gonna be all cut off. So now we're gonna worry about ever looking towards another nation and trying to worship their gods. That's gonna be all cut off. Infidelity shall be cut off.
Yeah,
Right?
no more unfaithfulness.
Right? Yeah.
Don't be
We'll-
faithful.
Be faithful.
Be
Yeah.
faithful to Yahweh
But
Ba'Shem
you know,
Yoshai.
yeah, because he's gonna write it. He's gonna write it in our
In our
inward
inward
parts.
parts.
We're
We're gonna be
make the
perfect.
program
It's
perfect.
going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And Esau tries to mock that. Oh, you're going to be like a robot. But then he wants to
Create
create
a road. Yeah.
cyber type people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But-
Half man, half machine. He's, you know, he wants to create it on the left hand side. You know, because he's jealous of knowing that you're going to be made perfect in that day.
Gods, true gods.
Yeah.
It says, righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up.
Right.
Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed.
Right. No man should be able to save him that is destroyed. Okay, that's going to begin with Esau, the nations, and even 2/3 of our own people, man. Okay, but chiefly Esau, man. You know, you got these people trying to save Esau. You can't save him, man. You're the damn devil. He's reserved for the day of wrath. He's reserved for the day of doom.
I'm saying, and clarify that too,
And
because
he's
only
been
Jake
preserved.
is trying to save Esau.
But the crazy thing about it is he's been preserved since the beginning.
Right. Oh,
He
yeah.
told you
From
from the
Cain.
beginning. Yeah, he said, Lord, look, it's going to be too far for me to bear.
Right.
He said, you got this mark on me, which is talking about the lossing of his melanin,
Right.
losing of his melanin, him being a clean leper, and it was too much for him to bear. But the Lord made it where he would be
Judge.
he would be judged later at the end. So
Yeah.
now there's no, he's already been preserved. And we just read that. I'll preserve them. I will preserve the wicked for the day, for the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory.
Right. And that's going to be what? The Israel, man, beginning with the elect. Okay? Ain't nobody going to be able to oppress those that got the victory. The victory's already written, man.
No, not according to Nate. Nate said they're gonna come back after the 1,000 years and kidnap Yahweh Shai or something, hold it for ransom.
Do wax worse and worse.
Yeah.
You know?
And the victory's already written. All we got to do is what? Follow through, man. Have faith and believe. See? You got to believe it. So, you got one?
Finished.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't done yet. It says, this is Job 21 and 30, New King James Version. For the wicked are reserved for the day of doom.
Right.
They shall be brought out. Yeah, brought out on the day of wrath.
Yeah. They're right, man.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lord will make it known that these were the wicked of the earth, man. See?
Right? The border. Hey, it tells you the border of wickedness. Right? Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Anybody got anything? No? All right, well, Lord willing, you know, that's edifying to somebody. You know, and then we're going to go ahead and close out. Face the east and give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
And double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, for which learn his truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And we want to say shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Val. Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Come,
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Come, Yasharala.